All right, cool. I'm recording now.
Okay. So I guess my goals, I guess, right? Or what I'm trying to get out of Melee, I guess, is the question.
Yeah, yeah. Just in general, like right now, what do you think
Sure.
you'd want to do in Melee right now?
Yeah, so I've been playing well, I'll start this way. It's gonna be a long-winded story, but I started with Project M in like 2015, 2016. And I played a fair bit of Melee around then. But I would never, I guess, with a concentrated effort on improving competitively outside of just with my friends. And then I've taken on and off hiatuses since I was around for Anthers Ladders days, and then long and short, this last year, the beginning of the year, end of last year, I guess, I made a concentrated effort to actually grind daily and have. Uh, my initial goal, I guess, was PR in South Carolina, which is not the loftiest goal, to be honest.
Hmm.
Not that we don't have really good players, but the depth isn't there. So I I'm at the fringe of that now. I think it's even depending on if they actually do 10-player PR, I might be there. I'm not sure. But regardless, I guess I'm not really as concerned with the goal. Just I want to get as good as I can within a year and a half, 2-year time span.
Okay.
I would like. I have a lofty goal eventually of top 100 at some point, but um, I don't know. I have that aspect to me in terms of competitive games. I generally speaking, I'm an FPS player, and then I also like dabble with fighting games. And this is, I guess, the first time I put this amount of effort to any game similar to Melee.
Damn.
So yeah. So now I don't know how else to put it. I like. So I guess I would like to be diamond or higher by end of year.
Well, what
Which
rank are you at right now?
I'm like plat 1, plat 2.
Oh, that's
My
easy. You could
peak.
probably get that by the end of the month. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I feel like it's there. I feel like it's very doable. I have I don't know. I have some fairly decent sized holes in my game plan
Okay.
that I definitely need help closing. Chris, for example, like gave me we played just maybe 30 minutes and he gave me like a very good list of, hey, you need to figure this out.
Okay.
Um and he's completely right. I feel like my neutral game is a little bit simplistic, a little bit two-dimensional with a lot of matchups. My punish game, I'm grinding, but I'm not that crazy.
Okay.
Oh yeah, this is
That'll
an
take time.
interesting set.
Yeah. No, I
Yeah,
just
but
looked at the first set.
I got you. That's fair. Yeah, I'm a bit of a. So my time with Melee initially, I started as Fox, and I just would do all the stupid Relno shit. I have very niche tech skill.
Oh, shout out Relno, man.
I love Relno. But I've always loved Falcon. When I started playing again in like 2020 or so, and then took a year's break, whatever. But it's been with Falcon. He's my favorite character by far. I've my big room for improvement punish wise has been actually grinding tech chasing. So I'm getting a fair bit better at that. I can finally dash back at a crouch at least 50% maybe. Um, yeah. So I don't know. Sorry, I've been talking for a minute. I'm
No
not sure if that
worries.
answered the question well.
I think it was actually a very comprehensive answer. I really appreciate it. So you had like a FPS background or whatever, and like a other fighting game background. Have you played the fighting games for a while?
Yeah, I was a Street Fighter guy for a little bit.
True. True.
I probably am better at platform fighters than I am at traditional fighters, but I was decent at I don't know if you ever played Street Fighter 4, but I was around like 2K points, which is like mid-level. I'd say
Okay.
I'm definitely better at FPSs like naturally, I would say. I just have that much time into it, controller and mouse and key.
Say no more. No, it's impressive that you were able to do multiple because I feel like it's just hard to balance between different types because I feel
It
like
is.
if you're able to get pretty good at either one, getting good at another is not the hardest part. It's just like what methods are you lacking? Because like in general, like when you start learning any competitive game, you learn that whole framework for getting better. I mean, that's how I learned in Melee, and that I applied that throughout the rest of my life. You know how it is, like do good in school,
Sure.
do good in comp games, do good in the rest of your
Is it okay if
life.
I record as well? Sorry, not to interrupt.
Yeah, no, go ahead. I'll upload
Okay.
the recordings anyway. So
Oh, okay. Never mind.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I was just okay. Makes sense. You're saying?
yeah. So it's just like obviously, right now you have your own little framework of learning and improvement, and I guess my way of teaching personally is like I want to just like I don't want to necessarily give you a new framework because I think just like swapping frameworks a lot is like that first level. I think the biggest thing is just acknowledging what your framework currently is and what other people's frameworks for learning and improving in general the game is, and
Hmm.
how that changes, how it affects your play style, and what kind of mentality it gives you. Like, I was watching a Drug Fox video, and when I watch a bunch of Drug Fox videos, um, and I guarantee, like, I have or like I gleaned a bunch about his framework for understanding melee. You know, a lot of it is talking about certain concepts, like specifically reaction points. A lot of it
Yeah.
is analyzing, trying to put yourself in a position that you can react to as many things as possible, understanding risk reward. Um, Another thing I think that people don't talk about with Drug Fox is that he talks about counting frames. Just like reading his
Mm.
older, what's it called, like Portrait and Smash, guides. Like, I just read it and I see a lot of him counting frames and trying to figure out the baseline technical, things that you can do to basically cover as many options as possible. Like, if you can, like, if Jack Canny right here can knee tech in place every single time and then cover Sheik's dash, like, why would you not do that every single time? It's gonna perfect your punish game. And that's kind of like a framework for how he analyzes punish. And other players like Hacks, RIP, had like a different framework regarding, like, how do I set up shield pressure? How do I set up these mechanics that are just like super advantageous? What he found was really important was, just like reading older Smash board posts. He was like put a lot of emphasis and importance on being able to have really good shield pressure, having being able to be like frame positive on shield, because that's
Yeah.
like the biggest defensive option that you have against moves, and then everything else you can deal with after the fact. Very flowcharty. So, um, my
Yeah.
personal one is like my understanding of the game and what I think I try to do most is try to, first of all, it's like immediately just know your percents. It's all about percent based game plan. So
Okay.
for me, like, I always analyze it, or I try to like do my analyses based on stocks leading up to their percents, and characters change as their percentages change. Like, for example, Falcon at this percent, much better character than Falcon at 150, and the way you play the game is completely different off of that. So number
Hmm.
one is percents dictate your gameplay a lot, and so knowing
Okay.
your percents is really important.
Yeah.
Second of all, I think that I almost always prioritize getting as much damage and combos as possible, just because it makes you more likely after the fact to get a Randy hit in neutral and kill off of it.
Sure. Yeah.
And most of the time when you're prioritizing damage, you're eventually going to get a hit that's off stage.
Right.
And then from
The
that,
positioning kind of comes with it. Yeah.
yeah. And from that, I just kind of think that it's better to, you know, of course, put a lot of emphasis on edge guards if you're going to play like that. Like, imagine if, like, kind of just like, I would imagine, what if S2J could edge guard, that kind of thing.
Right. Yeah.
So it was a lot of that. And as for neutral, I always found that, like, I think I really like getting as close to my opponent as possible, and
Sorry. 1 second. You're good.
getting as close to my opponent as possible, or trying to approach my opponent as much as possible so I can force as many areas as possible, whilst also like setting up as many reversal positions as possible. So I would like to do like a bunch of like run-in nairs, but hold down, or like when I'm dashing at my opponent, I'll hold down on the C stick or down, and set up a bunch of CC situations so that if they do anything to beat me, setting up this really threatening approach option like grab,
Yeah.
they'll end up getting screwed over or losing. So for example, let's say I'm playing against the Sheik, right? And a lot of the times, the Sheik is going to, do this. Like, they're gonna try and just like space out with fair, right?
Yeah.
And wall out. So what I like to do is I just like to run up. If I'm gonna approach, I'll either like to catch them before they set it up, Or I'll think of it like, how can I grab them without while like setting up, like backup options. So usually it's like, okay, if I miss the whiff punish on the jab, or like on the fair, I'll just hold C stick down or crouch, and then I'll get a shield grab. Like
Yeah,
here,
that's
I
usually
try a
good.
shield grab. Like let's say like I missed that for whatever reason, and I can just set up a crouch cancel grab. That kind of stuff, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it
So
does.
so that's really what I want to go over. So
Sure.
any matchups in particular you like struggle with, or you want to talk about?
Um, yeah, so I think I don't know. I've kind of gone back and forth about this, but I think my worst matchups from like the higher tier characters in the game are probably Falco and then Peach. I'll say I'm I don't know. I feel that I can beat Fox's my level with more consistency than I can Falco's.
Mm-hmm.
And Peach, I also feel it's a little bit that way. I feel like there was a time where that wasn't the case, but I don't know. As I get better, like which matchup I think I'm better or worse in obviously varies.
Mm-hmm.
I think that my issue with Falco is that one of my bigger weaknesses as a player is I'm not very good at dealing with, excuse me, acting out of shield quickly. In the sense that
Mm-hmm.
like I'm not obviously I have the capability to wave dash out of shield, but like my positioning for it, the micro spacing and stuff like that, I'm not very good at.
I see.
Like I find myself jumping out of shield way too often or doing kind of telegraphed rolls. One of like I had I don't know. I honestly know so many of my bad habits that like I'm almost a little bit overwhelmed on what to work on, and
Oh
I
yeah,
should do one at a time, you know. But
I agree.
anyway, so I guess I would say Falco. I have a lot of Falcos in my area. I have a lot of good Falcos. There's one specific Falco that is kind of a hidden boss a little bit, and he's very good
Is it
against
Eclipse?
Falcons specifically. It's not Eclipse. He is good at that, but it's actually Gamble. I don't know if you've ever heard of him before,
Do
but
you have any stream sets or any sets I could watch,
I don't have any stream sets with him, unfortunately. I think I might have a
or just any
recording
sets
of it.
I
I
can
didn't
watch,
pull
like
up. Oh
SLPs?
yes. Oh for sure. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let me actually. Yeah. So there's a. I'll share my screen in a moment. I'm gonna look through um, some sets I have with a Falco, and then unrelated. I won a dumpster bracket today, which is funny. It's the
Hell
first
yeah!
time I. That's the first time I entered that in a year, and it's the exact same as it was when I did last time.
Congrats,
Um,
congrats.
appreciate it. So
If you could send the
Would you
link.
like to? Yeah, we'll do. Would you like to see, I guess, a game of me, like a Slippy file versus a Falco where it's kind of contentious, or one where I just kind of get waxed a little bit?
Either or work. I'll probably just watch one game of either. But
Sure.
really, it's up
Okay.
to you. I think though the best one is just like, what Falco do you want to beat, or like which if you're playing,
Yeah, Gam for
if
sure. Let me look through
yeah,
that then.
okay, we'll do that one then.
Okay. Man, when's the last time I played him?
I will say I definitely have had that problem a lot with Falco too, but the big one
Yeah.
is, I think if you're losing in shield a lot as Falcon, that's like to be expected. That's like playing a lot in the corner,
Right.
and then it like losing a bunch, and then it looks like, damn, I kind of stuck in the corner. It's just like that that
Yeah.
could that could be true, but it's also just a really bad position to be in. Same with Falco. But there are ways to mitigate it, and I think this is one other thing. Is just like try to find like as low tech skill options as you can possibly find to beat the thing that you're doing. That's one
Mm,
of the big things I put in my framework is like whenever I watch a player, I'm trying to figure out what are they doing to beat a certain option. Like what is Zane doing to beat laser? He's doing take laser, crouch, power shield or whatever. And I'll just decide, okay, maybe I can't find myself to be like consistent enough to hit that. And especially in high tense moments. So maybe instead of going for, take laser into like aerial, what if I instead did crouch take laser into like F tilt or jab? Because it's supposed to beat the Falco coming in, or maybe I'll do take laser hold CC because I'm trying to beat the Falco, you know, crouching or running. So it's like those are the alternate text like text skill options for when I'm not playing that great. Though I would suggest if there is like a super broken option, for example, like with Martha's take laser fair, With Falcon,
Right.
there's obviously I think a big one's to
Dash
be
back, I
good
mean.
is roll jab, gentleman, jab grab, CC grab. Those are the things that you want to
Mhm.
hone in on, and like the knee option coverage, tech chases, of course.
Uh, Unrelated to any of this, I'm searching my replays. I'm having a hard time finding. Like I'm searching a specific his tag, and I don't see it come up. I'm having to kind of scroll through.
Is it in like the
Um,
right folder? Or are you searching like the right
I'm searching in the Slippy browser. I'm like,
Okay, but are they sorted into multi folders? Right.
yes, they are. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, just it might be in
Oh,
the
I
different
found them.
month. Okay, yeah, there we go.
Um, I can out of the session of like 10 games, I can pick the one I won, or I could do any of the ones that he decimated me on. And this is the Falco that I play the most. That I
Gam.
guess I would want to be Gam. Yeah.
We'll do one
Um,
where you lose and one where you win.
okay. We'll do. Would you any stage specific platforms? I'm not sure how much that
Anyone
matters.
works, honestly. It's
Okay.
like if you learn how to play good on FD, like that's good. If you learn how to win on FD, that's also really good. FD
Okay.
changes a lot.
Let me
That's the
share.
only stage I think that would actually mess things up.
Gotcha.
Okay, I'm
Let
actually
me
gonna
go
put up
ahead
the
and put this
notes
queued
here
up.
on this like little thing. Let me know if you like. Do you see the overlay thing on my screen? Like all like the Uncle Punch and everything.
Yes. Yeah.
Actually, could you send me those two Slippy files so I
Yeah.
can
Yeah.
put
Yeah.
them on the thing? Okay.
Yeah. I can do that.
So I'm gonna start off with identify your own framework. Okay. I guess I also didn't. I went into explaining like why I think like what my framework is and what that other people have frameworks for how they want to play the game, and each one has their pros and cons. For mine, I think my framework, because like I'm actively trying to force situations, I think I end up, being a little overly antsy to make things happen, and that could, instead of sometimes letting the game state come to me, I force a situation, and it's a lot of gambles that I take. You
I
know,
see. Yeah. Yeah.
and there's ways to mitigate that, and I think there's always a time and place for different things, and it's always good to experiment. So I'd like to
Yeah.
hear what you think your framework is for melee. Like when you drop into a game, what are you
Yeah.
trying to do to win?
Um, I guess that's a good question. It's not going to be the best answer, but I don't think I've considered it that much. I think like I need to have a better overall game plan, but my intent, I guess, going into the game is to I don't know, kill off every opening is a very basic answer, but I'd like to do that. The problem I feel like I have is I tend to do a lot of walled aerials and kind of like see what they'd like to
Hmm.
do in response, and then I like to punish their options. So I like to kind of apply pressure at what is probably a safe distance, and then capitalize off of when they try to respond. I can
Okay.
overshoot, but I have a feeling that like my time for actually approaching sometimes is just like either telegraphed or I feel like especially against a player who's a few levels above me, I feel like my approaches are a little bit more predictable, I guess. So
Okay.
I get more mileage off of kind of like like nair and neutral. I have it. I know they're going to try to nair and respond, so I lord stomp it. That type of stuff. And I also like to my detriment sometimes, I like to use a little bit of silly movement things to kind of get the other person to make an error, or at least like
Hmm.
presume they can punish me in a sense that they can't. Like I spam the fuck out of teeter.
Yeah, that's the
Um,
Relno stuff that we were talking about earlier. That's like a
yes.
remnant of that. Okay.
Yeah. So I also feel like I sometimes I have habits with Falcon that like are bad because I was used to being a fox, and like that's kind of where I struggled at Fox 2, and
Hmm.
not even plateaued. I wasn't again trying to improve really prior in the same way, but I like to press a lot of buttons. I like to get to chase them down, and I feel like once I got decent enough that people were going to preemptively or reactively punish my approach, that I realized that I can kind of press a lot of buttons and then get them to make a decision first. Um, so I guess that's like my style. I want to be able to mix optimal flow charts with the flash that I like to, that makes me enjoy the game, I guess.
Okay.
Um,
Open
yeah,
up
so I
games.
guess my framework for analysis and analyzing my games is a little bit weak. Like I can see, oh, I've done this a billion times. I'm going to try to stop doing that, and it's gonna be punished, whatever. But I don't think that my I think this is everyone probably, but I have a hard time actually implementing things like that in the like. I can go into a session and think, okay, I need to hold crouch more against Fox and just destroy Nair, so they don't think they can do that anymore, and they have to grab me or they have to
Like
drill or
Falco
whatever.
Near or Fox Near?
Fox.
Okay.
Like just as an example, because like that. So for example, one of the things Chris said is that I never use crouch like defensively in the way that I should against Foxnair, so it doesn't make him
Okay.
need to hit me correctly, if that makes sense. So for example, I'll CC, but I just like to CC aerial. Like I don't know why. It's a habit I cannot. It's so difficult to
I do
break,
that a
but like I
lot.
just
Yeah. It's good versus
juicy
Marth.
CC stomp. Exactly. That's the thing is that it's. I think that's something too is that like I will just kind of copy paste some of my default habits into matchups where it doesn't work. So like for example, I find myself against in Falcon Dittos Lord stomping when it just will not beat
Yeah.
his aerials. You know what I mean?
It's
Or
hard to
like
get Lord Stomp to work. Yeah.
yeah, and the same is true for like I don't know, like with Punish Nair with Marth is a much bigger deal than doing that to Fox and like my brain turning it off. I don't know. Turning off me looking for that is difficult. If that makes like I find myself doing the same thing across a lot of matchups in a way that's detrimental.
Okay.
But anyway, I'm kind of ranting a little bit. But that would be my work, I guess.
Okay. That all sounds good. I don't know why it's not showing the playback. I can always
Sure.
just do the image
The
display
the uh
capture.
the the first one I sent is the one or the FD game
Yeah.
I lost on, and then the second was the Yoshi's game I won.
Okay, let's see. Where is it? Okay. Display capture. There we go. All right, we'll put that over here. Where is this? Is it at the top? Put this over here. Okay. Now, can you see the gameplay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, sweet. All right. So we're starting at the Chris Falco. Immediately, I think like you betrayed your own game plan here. You
Sounds
immediately
good.
ran in.
Yeah.
You had the movement right here. Like the Falco immediately approached. And I think you immediately went for an aerial or like whatever, and you didn't get to feel him
Yep. I
out.
jumped. Yeah.
You jumped immediately into it, which I'm not blaming you for. This is friendlies, right? You're
Yeah.
doing whatever. You're trying to run in, but for the sake of like structure, I think it's important to like. I think moving forward, I guess maybe moving forward, but even then, just very lightly keeping in mind, you know, what am I really trying to do to get this opening or like try to win? Or even just like what am I even trying to do in the game, right? Like what's the goal here? Like I'm not trying to immediately like rush down and get hit. I want to get the opponent hit. So you got to break that down a little bit. So like you said, you like to feel the opponent out. Like you immediately went for this risky play. I think that's fine. And like as long as you had the information, but unfortunately you did not. Why did it go all the way here? It's freaking out. Is it? Is it? Oh my god, that's where it is. It took forever for it to recognize. Okay, cool. And then the Falco gets the combo. Whereas I think like what you were doing right here was much better. You like recognized it. You took your time to deliberate. You saw that the Falco was walling out. You go for this really like you do the call out like thing to beat the Nair or like the up tilt. You're just a little slow on it.
Great.
So
Yeah.
here, like, what we were talking about earlier, it's like what you went for immediately was also instant jump into the Falco and went for an air.
Yeah.
So even if you did get the snare, like, let's say, like, you hit the
I
snare,
get CC'd.
you'd either get CC'd, and even if they do, they DI out, and then they spot dodge, and then you have to, like, play a mix-up. So what's better off here? It's either, I think, you either need to get a grab, or you need to link into grab, or you need to build enough percent to that Nair knocks down.
Mm.
And I think it goes in that priority, in my opinion. Actually, no. In my opinion, I think it's just like the order of operations here is
Mm-hmm.
get a grab, which is leads to knockdown, or link into grab with jab grab, nair grab, or space grab, and then otherwise rack up enough damage off of stray hits um, to either open up with get nair to knock down or go for stomp. I would actually put stomp a little bit earlier or try to find ways to get stomps earlier, but it is kind of risky. And I think like
Yeah.
first stock, it really does have to deal with the flow of the game. But I think for like structure's sake, it's better to I'm gonna write this down. Order of operations, or like having an order of operations. Like for example, aim to get a knockdown. If that's not tenable, like if the Falco's like really like making it impossible to get a grab, or you can't get a grab, or let's say the opportunity arises, you want to get it in, like the Falco's like approaching you, you crouch a laser, the Falco's jumping at you again, you don't have enough time to grab, but you can jab grab. You can do a link to grab. So really, the end goal is to get a grab or knockdown at this percent.
Gotcha.
Okay. Actually, order of operations based on percent. Yeah. So right here, I'd probably just like, again, like had you hit this nair, it's like what would you have gotten?
Right. Yeah. Probably.
Yeah. Sorry. And now I think we can learn to develop tools where, like, had you, like, let's say you aren't able to get a grab right here, what can you do here to make the most out of the situation? I think just like having backup plans. For example, let's say you tank this laser. You did tank it a little close, but maybe what you can do here is you can buffer double jump during the hit lag while you're just holding Y while you're airborne, taking the laser. And if you jump out, you can maybe get an air dodge or wave land too.
Gotcha.
That was a good opening. It's just you end up missing the spacing.
Yeah, it just makes it cute. Yeah.
But then again,
I probably should have.
Sorry, go ahead. I'd like to let you finish your point.
Oh, you're good. I was gonna say, neither could have linked into grab, but I feel like if I probably would have been better to just dash grab in between up tilt, more reliably at least. Like it's gonna be talking about what we were saying earlier about what is needed, or excuse me, what is the least technically complicated and most consistent in that spot. It'd probably just be to grab him.
Yeah.
But
especially since
I think the knee, it's not a bad idea, but I try to do exactly what you're seeing here. I try to do maybe too much with knee and stomp specifically, which is very good against up tilt. I feel like if you outspace.
But, 100%.
Yeah.
What I think this also going back into is like, is this really the appropriate percent to go for knee? I think it's like harkening back to our first point. Just had you got this knee, the Falco could have spot dodged after that, and you could have went for grab. But yeah, it's like I said. I think having that low percent option is good too, because grab also provides you a backup option. Let's say you JC grab. Let me see the Oh, it does that one. So in the Uncle Punch thing, I have right here. Let's say the Falco goes for that up tilt, right?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna have Falco do this AC bear up tilt. Oops. Do this, and then I just do that. So let's say I get the grab, right? That's cool. But you need a backup plan too. So like you can hold down while JC grabbing. So that you can just like get the CC grab, CC jab. And it's a lot easier to cover too.
So if you're already in the animation of JC grab and you're holding down afterwards, you still crouch it.
Oh yeah, that's the ASDI.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Actually, I can show you my thing. This is my input display. Can you see the input display? Yeah. Why isn't that showing? Is it not showing the input display? Oh, it's a DI display. Okay, so what I'm doing is when I'm grabbing, I'm legit holding C stick down while I'm doing in the run animation of my grab. So now I'm
Gotcha.
able to like just react, and if I don't, I get an automatic down throw. Like let's say I just hit the grab, I get an automatic down throw. If I don't, then I get the ASDI.
I don't use ASDI nearly as much as I should, when dashing especially, but I use ASDI and all of that to, I guess, defensively to get out of situations, but I don't know. I don't do the double stick down or
Yeah,
the ASDI down dash grabs like I should for sure.
yeah. I guess
I feel like it's difficult, but that might I think that's just an execution thing, man.
um figure out your backup options / option select, because there's like, sure, you go for an option, it's like you had a really good decision here, and you always need to be ready in case things don't mess up or things don't go your way, because in Melee a lot of it is very finicky. And I think that's another big thing about like low tech skill options that, you know, give you the highest reward, is a lot of them are just positions where you can just hold down afterwards and reversal your opponent.
That makes sense, especially with Falcon, I guess. Like so much of his floor hug type grab gameplay is so busted.
Yeah.
It's so fast.
Okay.
That tournament winner is definitely an accident, but you see, even then, I just nair in again at 0.
Yeah.
I'm seeing a lot of that.
Yeah, because like the
Expecting,
Falco's,
he's not even lasering.
yeah, the Falco himself is already playing a lot more like careful and defensive off of this, because you know he's just walling you out, and he's trying to feel you out more than you are trying to feel him out.
Right.
And you know you're just giving him what he wants, unfortunately, and it's really annoying. That's the really annoying part. Is like it feels very stalematey, but the beautiful thing about a Falcon is that your opponent's almost always more scared of you than you are of them, because your grab is so powerful, just like with how quickly you can just run up out. You can run up the entire length of the stage and grab him like in like less than a second. Like right here,
Right.
he's grabbed if he doesn't do anything about
Right.
it. So he's just trying to feel you out. Full hops back to center. And he has his backup option, which is I get hit and I'm gonna up tilt. Or he lifts an aerial, he up tilts. It's probably didn't do that. Oh, nice.
I will say one thing about Gam. He's entirely checked out of the game, and he just wants me to get good enough to be the best in my little city. Like
Okay.
he plays maybe, and he'll be the first to tell you, and he loves saying this, but he will play like for an hour prior to the occasional bi-weekly and just, you know, show up when he plays me, and that's about it. Like he does not he likes Melee, he has interest in it, but he is like past, like he got to a plateau he doesn't want to go move past, I guess.
Okay.
Which I think is like mid diamond or so, would be my guess. Um but anyway.
Okay. Nice. Oh, nice. Just grab ledge. Okay. See, you ended up taking the first stock. Nice. Just that was mainly off the edge guard. Because this is why I think like this principle helps so much for me. Is like no matter
Yeah.
what, you're gonna get a random hit off stage, because that's just how Melee is. Being
Right.
able to capitalize off this, like, oof. That's a stock right here. You did that.
Against Falco too, it feels so good. I mean, he is just fragile sometimes, but like he's so oppressive in this matchup. It feels just juicy to get a little snag off stage like that. I say that too because Gam's ability will vary greatly in the sense that if I can absolutely tell he's like, oh yeah, I've been playing this week, and then it's, you know, entirely different. But anyway,
I do like this like deliberation for the knee.
yeah.
But I do think, you know, you expended your double jump really early, and you faded into the opponent. You know, obviously because you were a little down. I think you also need to use this like deliberation to check your spacing. And that's the big reason why you want to keep yourself grounded and react, is because you want to have as much, you know, ability to react to the opponent's positioning and spacing. So you had a really good position right here. This was like a really strong spot. You met the Falco in the air. You're reacting. You see you're both in the air. I think this would have been a good spot for you to up air, or like maybe even preempt double jump nair. And he went for the laser, which was like that was his reaction, because that's him abusing, what you were doing against him. So he went for this double jump, right? Pre the spacing. He reacts, realizes that you're going for something, and then just goes for the laser. And gets that opening off of you, but he just misses up. You could have down aired that.
Yeah, I don't think that was an intentional error at all.
That was fine. Let's see how you play the invincibility. Yeah.
Yeah, just dash back. So a question about invincibility in between stocks as well. I understand. I'm trying to implement it more. Is obviously going a ledge to kind of wait out the invincibility and then move from there. Um,
You
Against
gotta be
Falco
good off
especially,
ledge if you're gonna try to do
yeah,
that.
yeah. So that's I guess in this scenario, I don't even need to do that. I just need to kind of hold my space and not just dash at him.
Yeah. It's
Uh,
hard, honestly. Playing invincibility is hard versus spacies at this percent because what I personally
yeah.
like to do is just I like to just hold crouch. Like I would like to hold crouch
Mm,
or shield here because what's Falco really gonna do? If the Falco laser shines me, well, he gets nothing, right? Like if the Falco does the approaching laser in air here with crouch, I just tank it in CC, right?
yeah. Right.
And worst comes to worst, I take like a little bit of percent, and then I'm back on the ledge, right? Which had I
Yeah.
immediately gone to ledge, okay, I would have been there. Maybe I wouldn't have had that as much percent, but now the Falco is at the ledge and he wasted his invincibility, going for that in air and didn't get much off of it. If he goes for grab, it's not really that useful for Falco. He just throws you and then you can play a situation off that. It's obviously a bad situation, but I like to crouch and then maneuver around it.
Mm. I, I feel like a common tenet, especially maybe even in this matchup, especially, is just not abusing crouch.
Mm-hmm.
Like that, the floor hug, CC options are not my first that's not my intuitive answer. You know what I mean? It's not
Mm-hmm.
that's I don't know. I think that's probably so. The only other coaching session I've ever had in my life was with Gosu,
Okay.
and he his big takeaway was that I jump way too much,
Yeah,
and I
I
do
agree.
not. I just don't play Falcon at his strongest, which is floor hug, dash dance, grab type.
A
Um,
lot of the top Falcons who are amazing versus Falco, like Nun and S2J, they jump a lot too. It's
yeah,
just
exactly.
that
I just don't have that.
you have to earn jump and
I see
Falcon.
it. Mhm.
Like you can jump here, like you can jump at around this distance and react pretty well. Because like if Falco approaching lasers you can still double jump out of it and not be hit and still play a mix up. But if you jump here, or like right here, you're pretty screwed. Like jumping in scraps is tough, or
Yeah,
when you're in
right.
frame disadvantage. But you know, being grounded in frame disadvantage, it's better than jumping. And I think just like if you default to jumping a lot, you know, for example, I think here you jumped in the frame disadvantage, right? Yeah,
I
you
did right
jumped.
there.
You jumped when you were scrapping. It's just not
Yeah,
good. But if you crouched, let's say you just did wave dash down crouch. You wave dash down crouched here. Um, you would have CC'd this nair, or at least been able to jab it and then grab him, right? And then he gets this shine off of it because you were playing off the scraps. Okay. Let's see. So your key takeaway was you're jumping too much. I think a lot of these issues or like bad habits in your game plan. I think a lot of it currently stems from not having enough structure and just like adherence to it. Because I think you have like you clearly had like some good openings off of it. It's just you weren't adhering to your own, like you were talking earlier about how what your game plan was like. Like you sit down in the game, you get tossed in, you're thinking, what do I want to do? I want to not immediately approach. I want to feel out my opponent and then, throw out um, something that will make them flinch and then counter their flinch. However, what
yeah,
you were throwing out is you were just going directly at them, and I'm
yeah.
I'm very guilty of this too. It's just I think keeping that in mind, just I'd say even maybe next session or before you play someone, just have
Mhm.
a sticky note or write down what two, three things that you want to do. So, for example, like for me, I have on my left right now. It was just like trying to learn how to play like Salt. It was stomp and neutral, use jab like shine, and foxtrot and gentleman. And those two things, or like those three things, were just like kind of enough to keep me structured and flow charted enough to you know play in a way that ends up putting things together. Because I think if you played with the intention of feeling out your opponent, like you said, you wouldn't have gone for a lot of these options, right? So I personally
Yeah,
think it's one thing to have a
it's an
game plan,
intention thing.
but I think it's another thing to have like that clarity from the game plan, which I think will let you open up.
Sure. Yeah, I was reading tech in place there.
Yeah,
Um, I could just continue the tech chase.
yeah,
I don't think I really have a good reason for why I do that.
yeah. I think if you're currently struggling with tech chases, even now, it's fine to go for like the option coverage tech chases. I mean, that was on DI out, but
It,
you can do like that. I know what
yeah,
Nun does is he does knee and tech in place, and then dash dance in the air, or dash dance into aerial. So like, let's say he does that, he does the knee and tech in place, and then he counters it with the thing. I think this is also conducive to what you were talking about, having to like or wanting to play around your opponent's panic options. Is
yeah.
after the tech chase, you throw out the option coverage, and then you play around it. So yeah, I think that was.
That makes sense.
Hopefully, I'm not moving past these points too quickly.
I don't think so. I mean, um, I feel like it's going to be a lot of cycling over them sometimes because I feel like those are kind of my big things. I feel like it's gonna,
Mm,
when I lose neutral, I drop a punish. It's gonna kind of, circle back to what we've been talking about. I think.
yeah,
I don't think you're moving bats too quick. I think it's gonna, you know what I mean. It's gonna come up regardless.
yeah,
It, when it comes to one thing I'll say about reading and tech chasing, I am better at consistently tech chasing now.
mm,
I'm working out like, uh, I whenever you're first implementing tech chasing into your game plan, the thing that everyone talks about that I struggle with for sure is I'm already I lead it a little bit where I'm like, I know you want to do this. Not even a read type thing, but like um
oh
I find
yeah,
myself overcommitting or not
anticipation.
playing reactively. Yes. Like I anticipate the option. I do that as opposed to playing reactively. Um just a lot of times.
Yeah,
Like I'll like I'm finally to the point now where I can actually, tech chase like neutral get up and tech in place. But sometimes even now I'll find myself kind of preempting grabbing tech in place prior to their actual tech,
okay,
or something like that. Like I don't think I do it super, super, super often, but it'll crop up like in moments like that where I kind of stomp there.
do you
And I'll say
anticipate?
he.
Sorry, go
Oh,
ahead.
good. Oh, I was gonna say he. This isn't as much a game thing. I think spacies around my level tend to do kind of a specific tech option, and then they follow up with tech in place after to test you on it.
Okay,
Um, and I with Gam, he doesn't really do that much, but I think it's a little bit of a habit I have there where I'm like, okay, I read or like I tech chased the roll. Now they're gonna want to tech in place because they don't think I can cover it. So I'm gonna go ahead
okay,
and get a massive stomp off, which is not at that low percent. It's just gonna get another knockdown anyway.
yeah.
Um, so anyway,
So I kind of want to pick on that just a little bit.
sure.
Um, let's say you were talking about that um reading, that structure for reading. What you were doing there, you were comparing Gem to other mid-level Falcos, right?
Yeah.
And you were archetyping him, and then you from that you anticipated moves that he was going to do based off that archetype, which I do a lot actually. And I think
Yeah.
like reading old Smash Sports posts, a lot of people did that too. I was reading old S2J
Yep.
guides, and he would say all the technical players they love teching in place because they want to get back in the game as fast as possible. So going through that,
Yep.
I applied that. So I'm just saying that I don't think what you necessarily were thinking there was wrong. I think there are ways to make it a little bit, check yourself though, with respect to the archetyping of players. For example, you archetyped what's his name, Gam as like
Yeah. It's funny. His
as
name is actually Gamble,
oh Gamble,
but
yeah.
Yeah, Gam just where everyone calls him Gam.
Okay, so we have Gam, and you archetype him as a mid-level Falco that would go for these options. Um, do you think that maybe when you archetype future players, it would be better to give yourself tells for what archetype certain players fall into? Sometimes I honestly just base it off of how the opponent moves. A big one is how the opponent moves. I'll archetype how the player plays. So, for example,
Mm.
if I see a player that's going to be dash dancing a lot, left right, but they're foxtrotting, I personally am going to think that they're going to tech inwards a lot or DI in a lot, or at least be
Mm.
very conscious of their DI because they're already very conscious of their stick control. So when they're going for
Right.
for like reads, a lot of the time I doubt that they're going to be holding directions or like mashing different directions if they're going to
Mm.
be that intentional about the most fundamental thing, or like this very thing that people a lot of like do really haphazardly, which is dash dancing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I would say
Talking about
like
the.
no, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just going to finish up the point where I think a big part of learning to learn your own framework or learn how to play for yourself is I hope I'm not like trying to enforce some sort of framework on you. I'm just
I
trying
don't
to
think
give
so.
you tools that I think could help you and build your own framework that will let you play in a way that you feel makes you play best and is most conducive to you winning in the way that you want. So if you want it
Mm.
to stay this way, like if you find the way that you currently play it to be enjoyable, this read based play style, this read based tech chase, there are ways I think to make it work, and I think it's important to explore those options, but give yourself that kind of critical thinking
Mm.
to explore those options. For example, like with the archetyping, sure you got this right, but let's say you had gotten it. Like what time? What when has it worked? Like for you, like you archetype someone as a mid-level player. Let's say maybe on ranked or diamond. You play against a diamond Falco. They're more likely to be stronger defensively, so you're gonna probably aim to tech chase more so that they don't have the ability to CC or ASDI.
Yeah.
And maybe gold players when you play them, you realize that they more often than not like to DI in, just for example.
Yeah.
So I think if you do have a way to play, it's important to recognize that and then
Mm.
try to figure out what could be the holes in that. For example, not all gold players would DI in, but maybe there's a reason why I feel like gold players hold in a lot. And maybe that's because they're really scared of DIing or like losing their stock early. But diamond players,
Right.
they're more careful about that, and so they're going to play more careful neutral. And so they're more likely to be baited by reactions, whereas gold players are more likely to hold in towards me and trying to run at me, so their stick is being held in towards me, so that's why they get DI in.
Right.
So I think investigating things like that can help.
Yeah.
Sometimes you
Yeah.
could lead yourself into logical fallacies, but or like like circular thinking where you assume your current way is correct, and you
You
fall
start
into
from that
that.
premise. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think it's important to also recognize it is possible to win in a lot of different ways, and it's important to be critical. And it's if you can, you should go for what you think is most enjoyable or works best for you, given what you're currently doing.
That makes sense.
Just because I think it
Um.
takes a
Yeah.
lot of energy to change the whole way you play, and sometimes it might not even be that great, right? It might not be that comfortable because what you're doing clearly has like what you've been doing has clearly brought you up to a certain point right now. So I think
Right.
undoing all of that is like
Counterproductive
how
for sure.
you're throwing out like the am I forgetting the phrase? You're throwing out the
Maybe with the bathwater.
yeah, throwing out the baby
Hmm.
with the bathwater. So
Yeah, that makes sense. The one thing I'll say about archetyping is, at least in Gam's case, is he's not like by his own description, he's not a very technical Falco. He
mhm,
definitely plays the opponent. Like as you've already seen,
yeah,
he's true to his game plan in a way that and so that's what I was gonna say earlier as well, is that I don't think you're trying to force a framework on me at all. You're just pointing out if this is your framework, this is what you're doing that's counterintuitive to that, and it's
yeah,
the reason that you're failing there. But I think that anyway, Gam is not that. Gam is literally the last, like he'll throw in tech in place for sure, but I don't even think like he's so he's a lot more cautious than that. He's not going to, like that stomp was for a gold Falco,
yeah,
but I don't know. Yeah.
yeah. And I think when you recognize that, once let's say you're playing against Gam next time, and you know that he's not going to tech in place a lot because he's careful about that.
Yeah.
He doesn't tech in place. So now what changes of the risk reward in the game if a certain option is eliminated? Tech in place goes away. It's a lot easier to RTC now. So you get
Right.
a lot
Yeah.
more damage off of reaction tech chase here, for example. Even if you didn't get the perfect reaction tech chase every time, you get this tech chase here. You get Falco to maybe 30-40%. And then, maybe the Falco's tech towards the stage, you forward throw, and then you get an edge guard read, and then the Falco's immediately dead because you were able to tech chase him earlier. Or like for more
Right.
percent and position.
Right.
Simply because you knew that Gam was less likely to tech in place. And because, he's tech rolling, he's gonna move a lot, right? He's gonna be moving around. You probably might get him to the stage or to the corner. And that ends you getting you kill. That's just one other thing that could come to archetyping. Alright, let's see. Nice CC. I like that. I like the CC. This is like what I talk about in backup options. Like you had this. You were jumping out of shield or moving out of shield. I think it was probably a wave dash.
Back, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that's the beauty of wave dash back. Like you missed the wave dash back, but you still got the CC. And this was
here I shield grab as opposed to So real quick question about CC grab. When you CC grab, do you hold shield as well, or do you just kind of like hold C stick down or SDI it down and then you just click Z? How do you? Because it might be a silly question, but I literally was just doing it today, like just CC grabbing Fox Snare, and I found that I don't know. I realized that my intuition was to kind of hold shield grab inputs, I guess. And then I tried to figure out why that was, and so I attempted to do just, basic hold down or C-stick down, whatever, and just press Z. And I found myself spot dodging or doing other silly things. Like,
me personally, I always do, or I like whenever I react to myself getting CC hit,
yeah.
I'm pressing R and A immediately together, but in like kind of succession, not at the same time, but just like in slight succession.
Sure.
So I get shield grab. Just because if you try to press Z during crouch after getting hit, you're gonna down tilt. So you can also choose to JC grab. But sometimes I feel like I mess that up, and if I do mess it up, like I get a full hop, and I'd rather take a hit and shield than full hop. Because like, what if the opponent nares me? Like, what if the Falco here nares me? And
show me a move.
What if the Falco nares me and then shines on my full hop? Like that's gonna hurt. Like I'm probably gonna get shined or up tilted. But if I shield, at least I can maybe play off that. Like if I miss the CC up.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Again. Alright, he gets this combo. It's pretty brutal. Just happens in Falcon.
Oh, I don't see it anymore.
Oh, sorry. 1 second.
Very good.
Oh, wait. Sorry. 1 second. Oh, it's because of the Falcon. Yeah, there we go. We're back. Oof. You got a lot of reversals on this guy. Okay. Oh,
Yeah, I think some I stand a chance, to be
you have the
honest.
back
I have a
buttons.
little bit of a feeling of him. Yeah, for sure.
Stomp and then immediately react back here.
Mhm.
You can always
That
do
makes
that.
sense.
If you really wanted to get fancy and practice your tech skill play style, I think this is a great opportunity to learn. This is a cool position to cover. You get the stomp right here, right? This first stomp. You had a good enough time to set it up. What you can do here is you can do the stomp edge cancel up reverse up air to cover it.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know why I grabbed ledge there. Actually, so I've been doing a lot more aerial from ledge and refreshes, both with back air, up air, occasionally knee, very rarely.
Yeah.
I think maybe that's what I was thinking, but I don't know.
There's no
I feel like
reason
back
to.
air
You
is
can
so
just immediately
obvious.
cut to the chase with
Yeah,
back air here.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Oof. That's a struggle there. I've been there. Messed up. You see
Yeah.
the Falco.
Panic
Yeah, I think this is the one where you gotta grab.
for sure. Yeah.
Oh, you went jab instant nair. Yeah, that
I,
jab instant nair didn't really do much, unfortunately. But because like that didn't really. Even if you had hit it, it's like you knocked Falco into center stage and
nothing. Yeah.
yeah. All right. All of this is in service of a knockdown. And unfortunately, I think you weren't really able to play much neutral, so I guess we'll move forward. Nice. I like that. Cool. See? Oh, that was awesome. I like that. That was a nice nair to cover a lot of these options.
I feel like against Falco, Nair is just so good after 50. I don't know why I'm doing it prior, but
Yeah, that's the thing about percent-based game plan is like after 30%, nair becomes godlike because it knocks
right.
down the second
Yeah.
hit. So like let's say you catch a Falco like dashing you back in the corner, you at 0%, you're getting CC shined in the corner. Ouch, that hurts. I
Mm,
might get F smashed early and die. Or
right.
just like get dared off stage. If he
Right.
gets nared at 20% or 30% and he DIs in, I get a grab and drop zone knee. And that's like you get that nair
Right.
like even at this this is how much the game changes after percents. Like you get this up air, right? And you
Yeah.
read this roll and disadvantage or you cover this roll and disadvantage with nair. If you were at 0, he could have like CC down tilted you, but he
Right.
didn't.
Yeah.
You were able to do this. Alright. It's actually pretty nun-esque right here. You do this empty hop to bait out the reaction. You're just a little slow, but you went for this JC grab and then you got the CC. That one I think
I,
was like you try to CC grab and you press Z.
yeah, for sure. And then I just kind of stand there after the down tilt, I think.
Yeah.
I that was a moment of I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I was expecting to have grabbed and I just didn't react to crouch again.
Yeah. Like we were talking about, like this I think a lot of the cool like the important concepts we were talking about appeared here, like just the option coverage here. Because you felt him out, you approached, and then you had a backup option. And of course this is just
Right.
like
Yeah.
this is the part where I think you for your future self you'll be able to do the work where you have the structure where it's like, did I adhere to my framework? Yes, I deliberated when I needed to. Did I play with correct information? Yes, I did. Did I do an option that had a good backup plan? Yes, I did. Okay, I messed up the execution. What could I have done here instead? I could have done
Right.
I could have shield grabbed or JC grabbed to get this up tilt, or I could have gone for instant up air off the reaction. Just as an example, or maybe I could have gone for gentleman because I'm not comfortable CCing at these percents. Just as an
That
example.
that's one thing I'll say. I do not use instant up air nearly as much as I should, especially out of shield. I find myself naring and stomping out of shield,
Oh
even
yeah.
kneeing out of shield more often than I like instant up air.
Ooh.
And I'm better about instant up airing to counter jumping or anti air type stuff, but like instant aerial to challenge other air, or excuse me, instant up air to challenge other aerials out of shield and stuff like that. I vastly underutilize it, I think.
Yeah. I mean, have you seen that S2J versus Westball set at Evo?
Oh my god,
Oh
yeah, I
yeah.
have. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These instant uppers are getting them a lot of mileage. That's a
A lot.
classic quote,
Well,
and that's such a
it's the
good bro.
thing that he can do. I mean, it's one of the as Falcon, you're so limited out of shield compared to some of the characters, or your ground options are limited. Well, limited is not the right word, but they're specific. I guess like um, I don't know. There's so instant up air is basically the only thing you could. It feels like you can do to go air to air with a lot of characters,
Hmm.
and nair, but nair can be spaced around. It feels like easier, and so it's just slower. If you avoid first hit or you hit between hits, whatever.
Okay. All right. So nice. Okay. Nice. I think you're adhering a little bit more to your game plan. You dashed away here. You didn't like immediately go for the run up, trying to chase down Falco here. You did a double jump nair backwards off the scrap, which I think that was a good way to deliberate and let your opponent come at you. Since he did come at you and you got that nair.
So here to deal with laser, like the second he comes off ledge, he likes to double laser a lot. Not just generally, but like I'm not the best at punishing it. I'm very inconsistent with punishing laser from ledge. I understand, like I've seen all the Chef Rock ideas.
Oh yeah, you just
It's
run
so
up and
hard to
crouch.
implement.
Yeah.
Yeah, just run up crouch. I've seen run up shield grab even in between hits, but I feel like that's less reliable. I feel like run up crouch.
This is what I do every time.
Okay.
For better or for worse, I just run off double jump back here because I'm just like, oh, they're gonna come up, do this, and then it forces them to double jump down or preemptively or like ledge dash back here, and then I have to play the game afterwards. But as long as I'm cognizant of that, I'm pretty happy with how this thing goes. Because I can also do this, like I can do. This one's a bit more technical, but if I get the nair here, it's like, ooh, they're cooked. But I like to do back here just because it's bigger and covers everything.
I like that. I don't know if I've seen that. My natural inclination, I guess, is to like try to turn my back to them and then like bear the peak of their jump, like slightly over laser, and that can work sometimes, but I'm very inconsistent at it. So I need to find other options.
Yeah, this is I think a situation where you just do the run crouch or just set up an Uncle Punch for the crouch option. Nice. Okay. Okay, you get comboed. Could you have done something better here defensively? Maybe you could have instant nair here. Defense is hard.
As Falcon, I find myself double jumping a lot in disadvantage because I don't want to keep getting juggled, but that kills me more often than if I just tried to like beat it out and DI, SDI, whatever.
Yeah. Falcon's kind of screwed here a lot of the times, but there are ways to mitigate it. I think it really just depends on what you've seen so far. Just if you want to double jump as much as possible, you could do the neutral jump fade forward double jump. That STJ does a lot for just because of the arc it gives you. For example, like you'll neutral double jump here, right? And then
straight up.
You went straight at him, right? Falco's bear covers around here, but if you do a neutral jump, double jump right here, you could go up and then like this, just because of how floaty and good Falcon's drift is. And then if Falco's bear hits, he barely whiffs. You'll have time to maybe up B instead. The holding direction while jumping is good if you do an aerial, though.
I see. Sure. Yeah. I didn't. It sounds very silly. I did not even consider just neutral double jump there. Like,
yeah, it's good.
That is good. I want to look. I want to see that more.
Yeah, STJ does it a lot. I'm pretty sure if we pull up the Westball set, he does it a lot. Anyway, let's see. You do the invincibility. I think you could potentially play invincibility a bit better here. I like you do it for the immediate up air because there's nothing that it doesn't cover. What you do here is you go for the instant up air, but I think, like, you see the Falco here. What could you have done? Like, I feel like it's better to just grab here, right? Just because the Falco's grounded. Like, you're looking at the Falco, he's grounded. And he's in wave dash lag, too. Like, you could just grab him here, right, off of the rip. And if he spot dodges, it's not like anything bad happens to you. You just grab again because you're invincible. And then he dies. That you chose to up air like into his space or like play safe, I think. But
Yeah.
there really was no need. Nice. You approach him in the corner. He actually cornered himself. He actually did a lot of the neutral work for you. Full hopped up.
Yeah, he did that.
Also, yeah, there's a pattern emerging here. He just full hops in the corner because he's reacting to you coming in, and then tries to work his way in. That's another thing just to keep in mind. As also just like overarching patterns of the way people play. This is kind of what I used to fight. I find a lot versus Moki is that he would actually be so good at just I'm gonna go into the corner and make it look like I'm just gonna camp in the corner, but I'm actually gonna come back into center and then I'm gonna catch you going to the corner and then nair you from there. And you do that a lot. And like when I watch Nun play, I think of like an overarching pattern, which was like he'll just try to go to platform, or like he'll try to catch you going to platform and up air you. So what I started doing is I made it look like I was going to go to platform, and then I fast fall through the platform. He'd try to up air, and then I'd like crouch under him and get under him and grab him.
I love fast fall through platform. I'm just sticky walking for no reason.
Yeah, that's pretty swag.
I mean, it's in between stocks. I love sticky walk. When I saw you do that earlier, my favorite thing, literally in the world, to do in between stocks is like double or triple sticky walk, PC drop.
Yeah, the Charlie walk is so goated.
Oh, Charlie, rather, yeah.
Okay, nice. Okay, you get the laser. You playing off of this.
You got up air there instead, you think? Does it matter?
This nair is good either way, but I think this was like the nair you drifted in with was so greedy. Like if he back aired here, you were cooked. You were just running in. I think if you up aired here, it probably would have been a bit better, just because it covers more options. Like if he back aired here or down aired here, up air trades at the very worst. Nair does not. He decided to do the one thing that didn't work, or the two things that didn't work, which was laser or do nothing.
That's another pattern. I'm just nairing at 0 like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
I'm running in full drift nair.
Also, even if you just like waited under him and grabbed him, he would have gotten grabbed, and you would have been able to do this anyway. And you look at that. You had to read the option afterwards. And then, you ended up in the corner yourself. Sag.
Yeah, I don't know what that roll is. I'm trying to see if that was a miss. Yeah, it was for sure. I was trying to pivot back here. Yeah, I was doing shield pivot back. That's something else I've been spamming more recently that I need to do a little bit less of, I think, even, is I do a quick kind of shield pivot back there in the spot instead of the roll.
Yeah. But also, it's like, the Falco got hit. They're in disadvantage. Obviously, they got to do something, right?
Right.
I think just like the fact that you decided to, I mean, it's one thing to hold. I think it's just like you might be better off just crouching, because like what is the Falco? Like in the corner, like the Falco can do run downer, but if you do like wave dash back crouch, it covers the roll in. Sure, Falco can spot dodge or laser, but you're still, it's a gamble. You got to play off of that. But you can grab that. I guess it's a hindsight is 2020, but. Sure. And then another thing is like, big thing, is Falcon versus Falco, recognizing when you're late on a reaction. That's a big thing. I'm gonna actually make a big note of this. Learn to recognize when you're late on a reaction and whiff punish. Yeah, you really want. I think it's just like incredibly important thing in melee in general is just if you want to get clean, especially versus spacies, you got to know when you're late on a reaction and then how to basically mitigate that. Right here, you were late on the reaction for the AC bear, so you needed to like. I like that you kept crouch. You didn't dash here to try and grab it or dash back or like jump immediately. And this gave you opportunity to like shield. So recognizing when you're late, it's something that you got to keep an eye out on. And I think that's something that if you look into when you're playing, for example, just take one session and like take it maybe like just take one of these points and just try to hone in on it. The first one I think is most important is just get your percents sorted out, or not even percents, that could come later. First one is
play by percent, I guess more.
Yeah, play by your framework, play by your percent. That's the big one. Is just write two, 3 things down that you want to do, and then just stick to that throughout the next session. Just give yourself some mental structure, and
Mhm.
then once you've built that structure, you'll develop better habits and better game plans, and then it'll develop this intuition and eye in your gameplay when you're
Mhm.
playing. You'll learn to sniff out openings better with the information you take, because it's all in service of this ideally well thought out, self-critical, like not
Yeah.
necessarily rigorously tested, but logically sound. Because what the framework you told me
Right.
was pretty logically sound. Well, I think it's actually a pretty good winning condition. It's just okay. Opponent's not always going to give me an opening. If I move in a way that's tricky, I can get them to act and put themselves in disadvantage, and I can punish them for that. That's pretty logically sound. And it should work if you're able to adhere to that. And I think as long as you're adhering to that and finding ways to adhere to that as much as possible, it'll
Mhm.
work out eventually. And I think there's a lot of ways to make things work. Because obviously, what you've done up to this point has worked so far. Like you've been
Of
able to
course.
beat.
Yeah.
It's not like you lose to literally every single Falco. You've beaten some Falcos.
100%. I've beaten Falcos even that are better than me, I think, but well, I don't know what I'm doing there. I should have just waved dash back or whatever.
This was good tech chase though. This is where you committed to the grab tech chase right here, right?
Yep.
And
Yeah.
you got you some good money. Nice.
That's true.
I like this dash back. I like it. I like you committing to the dash back. I will say, just for Falco's sake, I'm just gonna give you a quick rundown of the things you want to
Sure.
practice in the matchup.
Okay.
Versus Falco, practice take laser dash back, crouch laser tap, and crouch laser jab. So I'm just gonna write this in the notes thing. Put on top here.
I definitely do not crouch laser nearly enough. It's like a 4 plus more frame advantage as opposed to just taking it raw.
I think so, yeah. Which is big enough to where you get a shield out. You can
Oh,
get
for
a power
sure.
shield.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a really talking about Ghost. There's a really good it's one of his Falco videos or whatever. There's one where he's playing his Triff's Falco who like lasers a fuck ton.
Oh yeah.
And actually it's funny enough. It's a maybe slightly further spacing than what Gam and I are spaced right now. But it just shows that like a lot of Falcos think that they can just laser there for free, and you can really, if you crouch it, it gives you the frame advantage enough to just dash grab immediately.
Exactly.
At spacings that you think would probably, or that they would assume are safe for laser.
No, this was a really nice dash back grab here. Nice tech chase. Awesome. And this is the teeter stuff where you just need to practice teeter ledge grab. You ever watch Salt play? She just spams that. So good.
So that's the thing too, is I have that's in my bag. I can definitely just wave dash grab. I can't for the life of me understand why I didn't grab it.
Okay.
But like so some of my I could show you, but so much of what I do with like I've been doing like shield pivot turnaround wave dash back grab there, but I've been doing a lot of like run dare teeter, and then off the teeter wave dash back grab ledge. Salt obviously icon. That's probably where I started to take that from. But I don't really have a reason as to why I just didn't do that here. But.
Okay, well, not to hop on it, just something that I think that would help.
So you can see, I mentioned this earlier, but you can see here where my immediate thought when he's on ledge is to like double jump.
Aerial, yeah.
Yeah, or try to bear his. I'm not sure when he gets on ledge. It may have been before this. I find I just try to double jump back bear here.
Yeah.
Here. Every time, yeah. That's my inclination. efficient. But I think, like you were saying, if I just I can probably run off in a bear.
Yeah. I think this is the spot where like you should create an Uncle Punch save state and just not even you don't even have to practice getting the bear. Just try and think what can I do to even beat this in general. Like obviously the crouch one you can practice the texel on that. You can practice different timing, but let's just say what is one possible solution to beat this that's avoids a lot of this stuff. And for me, the low tech skill option and having to react as little as possible is the moment I see them grab ledge, I'm dashing off the stage and double jump back airing or double jump nairing.
I want to see that nair in practice. The bear, like you're mentioning, I think it makes a lot of sense. I want to see. I can see how the nair would work as well. I would see how that works.
The nair is rare. Nice nair, actually. I see this is the nair out of shield, man. This is awesome.
Yeah. See, I'm a big nair guy. I think probably every Falcon is, but
yeah. Can you see how a lot of this only works if he's doing AC back here though, or like dash back laser?
Yeah.
Like subconsciously, I think you're playing off an archetype of this Falco's gonna give me the opportunity to nair. What if the Falco doesn't? Because I've played a lot of Falcons that never give me the opportunity to nair out of shield. They'll AC bear, shine AC bear, everything. And so
that's Eclipse. You're talking about Eclipse. That's exactly what Eclipse does. Like Eclipse is so much less laser heavy and so auto cancel bear. Like he'll also goaded at shield grab, or excuse me, shine grab.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're probably just trying to grab you immediately moving out of shield, and if not, they're trying to they're immediately catching you in shield with the shine grab. So they're probably they're actually probably goading you to play out of shield, as if I had to guess. So maybe if you do play Eclipse next time, try to avoid playing in shield as much as possible, or like just try and crouch things more. That's just my thought. I think that's what I gleamed off of those. Just what you're saying about that person's options.
Yeah, I think Gam is an entirely different style of Falco. Much more like wants to keep you at arm's length and bait whatever you're gonna do and then beat you off of it. Like he does a lot of cross up on shield because he knows I really like to stomp behind out shield.
Yeah.
Which is awful. And he catches me so frequently with it. And I know that's gonna like kind of level up our gameplay a little. I don't know why. I have bad air dodges too. Just something to mention. Probably didn't even need to know that to see it, but
I have bad air dodges too, man. I've had some bad air dodges in my life, but it's a good option. Okay, let's see if you play this a little bit differently. I think this is you're nearing out of the corner, but immediately you give him a strap and jump. Oh my god, he actually ran on you.
Really
yeah, at least you rolled away. You didn't let him get immediately hit on you, right? You rolled away, made the best of a bad situation. You stomped as if he was gonna come in. Let's see, you're seeing the Falco here. Just kind of matching around. Maybe you could have. I think there's a way you could. You were holding down when you got this down hold. Maybe you could think of ways to catch the opponent. Like when you get these things, like you got the opponent, I guess, to swing, right? And you caught them with this crouch. You should have a way, like in your head, a way to hit confirm that consistently. Like when I see the opponent jump, I am mentally preparing to CC and then jab, for example, or shield or power shield, so that I'm ready for the hit.
That makes sense. Yeah.
And I think that would have helped you maybe get this thing out faster, beyond just practicing, like brute force practicing this exact situation. I think like giving yourself certain tells for like, how am I gonna make myself react? Like, what's my cue for reacting here? But this one was kind of a hard reaction to hit anyway. So
there instead, do I kind of just hold shield for a second more, instead of trying to like act out immediately?
I mean,
if
you see yourself getting hit on shield, like versus Falco Shine. I think like before you also immediately moved out of shield, and you do that a lot. And you jump into it, and you could have actually gotten a grab off this, because you did jump into a downer aerially, but you didn't grab fast enough off of it. But if also like the Falco could have shined here, right? A double shined or like shine grabbed or shine nared, and it would have been pretty bad for you. Or they could have wave shined up tilted, something like that. And it was kind of risky. I think you could have been okay to deliberate just a little bit more. This is tough. Nice shield drop.
I don't know how I win this.
I'm noticing a habit of you just like once you have this disadvantage, you're immediately moving forward, and I think
Yeah, I double jump forward.
and this is a big thing that makes yourself predictable is like
Hmm.
you're playing off of defense. You're playing off of situations where you're actually not giving yourself enough options. So you're playing out of shield a lot. You're playing out of like jump a lot, but it's like what in the Drug Fox lessons he talks about. The moment you press the jump button, the moment you press the shield button, you are cutting off an entire option set of yours, and that limits your reactions. That limits your options. And I think that's a pretty solid point to go off of. It's just like had you crouched here in the corner after this ledge dash or something, like let's say you wave dash down here and held crouch, you would still have access to everything. You'd have access to every option. You'd have access to wave dash to ledge. You had access to wave line to platform. You'd have access to dash back, dash dance, dash grab. You'd have access to the nair that you're about to do. And even if the Falco, because he's obviously giving you up a lot of space. He's given up a lot of space for you. Just because of how he's playing.
Yeah.
Like he rolled away. This was your opportunity to take some space right here.
What, he rolls away and then he what? Is he full hops back and then kind of fast falls over the dare too flat?
Yeah. This is it. Like he gave you so much time to regain your options after shielding. And I think like you immediately went for the option that kind of limited yourself. But you could also wave dash back to ledge and then ledge dash and then go for the crouch again if you feel like the opponent's going to come at you. Yeah. So I think it's also just like I think what you could add to your framework before you go further is like when you find yourself in disadvantage, don't try to reversal. Try to make the best of a bad situation and then reversal. Like for example, if I'm getting shield pressure, I'm going to try my best this session to not shield grab spam. I'm going to try my best to shield and roll and do like the low textile options. For example, I'm not going to try and nair out a shield to catch them, maybe messing up laser, shine laser, whatever. I'm going to just wait for them to throw out a bad aerial, and then I'm going to wait for them to throw out a laggy enough move not to shield grab, but to roll out of pressure with. And you can also abuse light shield here too.
I do not light shield pretty much ever.
It's really important, but it's important if you're. I think it would be more important to you if you thought of it in the way that, or like the certain framework that would have led to it. For example, if you thought of it more as like, and when I'm shielding or getting shield pressure, I want to make the best of a bad situation and get out instead of reversaling, you probably would have been more likely to think of light shield in that way. And I think this is like the value of looking at different frameworks is it leads you to a whole different option set, and it lets your play evolve in really, really different ways. So I would say like when you watch other Falcons, try to generalize their game plan and try to think about what they might think. How would they think about the game? Like when you were talking about Eclipse's Shine AC Bear, right? Yeah. And how that person would play Falco. It gave me an inkling of an insight into what their entire overarching theory of melee is about. And I think it's like sure I'm stretching a lot, but this is the way that I like to think about it, just because I think for one it's kind of fun. Yeah. Second of all, I think there is a lot of stuff to be gleamed or information to be gleamed out of it. Maybe you can't make a whole comment about a person's playstyle off of a single shiny sea bear, but if he gives you a little bit more information to, make an educated guess off of, I think that's valuable. And sure, of course, more information would be needed to make a more educated guess, but
Right.
based off the information I have, I would make that guess.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I like that perspective of, I don't know, analyzing game plans from different players, because Melee is so much of personality shows through, in a very like tried and true, constant talking point. No one's ever said it before type shit, but
Yeah,
literally the whole wife, like, oh, I can tell who plays this character based on blah, blah, but there's a lot that you can, even like the micro decisions, the fact that you even consider that as an option says something about you,
yeah, exactly.
or the way you look at the game.
I think that's also like it'll help you make more reads.
Right. Yeah.
Down smash. Okay. Nice.
Oh,
Here's a spot I think actually where doing nothing benefited you. Or like, just deliberating helped you a lot. You get this back air, and I think usually you would go for shield. So I think this is like one of those few times, like when I said versus Clip, try not to play out of shield. You know, you didn't shield or jab or do anything off of this, but you had all access to all your options, and you reacted to the fact that the Falco was like in your face, coming at you. You decided not to jump, but dash back, get a dash attack. Let's see, you maybe whiffed a grab, but you could have gotten a grab off this. It was a good neutral win.
Yeah, true, for sure.
And I think what I want you to see in this is actually that you're winning neutral a lot more than you think you are. The big thing is like when you think of your framework is like, maybe I haven't thought of it. Maybe there's a lot of holes in my game plan that I need to cover up. I think it's also important to recognize a lot of the times you do actually win neutral, and also why you win neutral. Because if you neglect this part of the game plan and you tried to play too much off of CC, you'd miss the fact that you got this, right? This neutral win.
I see, yeah.
And then I think you'd maybe think that, I need to be better at avoiding the situation, but it's like, I think you might just need to be a little bit better at capitalizing off the situation.
That makes sense. Ooh. I love.
That was a nice little tech skill routine right here. That was so super clean.
Thanks. I edge cancel like a.
It's really important, and I think, am I seeing you? Yeah, you used it. Okay, that was nice. It's a broken maneuver. The stomp edge cancel or the stomp shield drop up air.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. Nice. You fall in up air a lot after your thing. Nice. Oh, that was so fast. Oh, dude. This is exactly what I'm talking about. This is a really good example of you playing your neutral well. You did so much of this movement stuff. Stuff, and baited Gamble into doing something right here because he's probably thinking, he's gonna try and waveland more, right? He goes for the back air, and then you get this really juicy knee. And this, instead of you maybe just ledge dashing or
he loves tech in there. It's just a habit I'm noticing of his. I didn't realize he techs in as much as he does until watching this. Exactly. I think he's teched in so many it's also because he's doing it based off of me loving to punish second place.
Oh, nice. Now you're playing smarter off shield already. You're much more patient about this. Oof.
Is there a world where that knee hits?
No. I don't think this is something that's worth making work because he got that laser out. I think I like this roll. This is a pretty unique roll. I like this back air too. But I think this is one of those spots where you want to do like turnaround jab,
Mm.
just because you want to catch Falco coming in. Up air, up air. Nice, up air, challenging him on stage. Ooh, that was a strange thing you went for. You're trying to like full hop double jump a lot, doing what Falco's doing
Yeah.
to you, but I feel like you're not throwing
Mm.
out the aerials early enough or setting up your spacing well enough.
Mm.
Because it feels like you could have reacted here better.
Yeah, bear for sure. Well,
Or
does
stomp.
yeah, no, bear definitely comes out or stomp. Yeah.
Also, it's bad that you went for immediately double jumping because you burnt resources.
Mm.
That's like,
Yeah.
again, like we were talking about, what option you choose just cuts off of like
Mm.
the option you choose cuts off of your other options. For example, if you just stood here, you would have been able to react. But like you wanted to commit to full hop, right? Doing instant double jump full hop was probably not the play, just because of how much it cut off, and that you didn't really earn it. I feel like the full hop double jump is only
Yeah.
really if you wanted to set up a really specific spacing, but you
Mm.
weren't really going for that. I think it
I
would
like
have
the way
been.
that you or
Okay.
sorry, I like the way you explain that. And you said it's a drug fox thing, but I like the language of you're cutting off resources
Mhm.
by overcommitting to an option. I think that's like that illustrates it really well.
Yeah, every option you choose has a cost, really.
Yeah, sure. Makes sense.
Okay, grab the sledge. SDs. Okay, waiting. Nice. Oh, nice up air. Oh, that was sweet. That was a sweet bait. Back air? No. It's kind of hard
Yeah.
to cover there. Go for the tech chase. Get a back air, you could be dead.
Yeah, I definitely back it right there. Yeah.
I like the neutral one here. Get this. Okay. Alright. I think this is where this is where the edge guarding principles for me come in.
Mm.
Anytime I grab ledge, I have these reaction points set to when I grab ledge, when the opponent shine stalls, and when the opponent double jumps. That's all I'm reacting to. Like, I see the Falco, I grab ledge myself, and I see the Falco, at this length. I'm immediately either back airing because there's nothing else he can do. Like if he tries to air dodge, I can re-grab ledge because I'm invincible. If he double jumps aerials, I'm invincible, so I'm gonna hit him before he does anything. If he, what's it called? If he side Bs, I back air him. If he up Bs, I back air him. If he up Bs low, I re-grab ledge and I can instant double jump nair from ledge. And this is like, I think going forward, when you see an edge guard here, try to react as much as possible to when your opponent burns a resource. Like, when he shine stalls, he's going to have to double jump eventually, otherwise he's going to die. Or he's either going to die immediately, or he's going to be forced into a really, really laggy option, like up B off of shine stall, or shine stalling again. In which case, you can literally just react and fall down back here. Alright.
That makes sense.
That's clean. Oh, swag. Oh, that's tough.
That was that. This entire situation is literally my life versus Falco. It feels like.
Mm-hmm.
Something
Feel free to
Chris
take
also
your dash
mentioned.
back, by the way.
Thanks. I'm such a fool for runoff knee to cover the scrubby side B against players who are not going to do the scrubby side B.
Yeah, that's
Because I hate getting hit by a scrubby side B and I overcompensate for it.
Yeah, this is the what's it called? Forgetting that you're archetyping a player because what are they gonna do?
Right. Mm-hmm.
This is where the salt dash wave dash to ledge comes incredibly handy. You just dash wave dash to ledge here. Assault does. She gets the back air. You can also confirm this with up air, double jump up air. But let's say you're a little too slow with it. Dash wave dash to ledge. I actually don't like going out for this knee as much as possible, especially when I'm down. And
Yeah.
if I am, I'm going to do the knee and then just kind of expect to take a side because I'm not going all the way out there because I have to double jump.
Yeah.
Because I'm okay with meteor canceling. I'm good at reacting to that. And you can most often cover that. A little tired.
You're, no, you're fine. I was a little lucky there. I'm not sure what he was trying. I think he was trying to get to Randall.
Yeah, you're playing off of take laser dash back a lot, and I think you're playing off that.
Can I up air that?
Oh wow, that was awesome. Yeah,
Thanks.
this is what I want more of the stocks to look like is
The jab.
yeah, the jab grab. This was a beautiful jab grab, and I think any time the Falco even approaches you with laser, you can go for that. Just
I
because
didn't. So jab will just interrupt the aerial.
jab can interrupt their aerial, and jab can also catch them on their startup of their laser. Jab versus like here, jab versus dare. Like you took the dare and then jab grabbed. But if you used lasering, you could have just it would have beat it out. Dare and Nair, they're too fast. They come up before that. You would have gotten hit by it. But laser takes too much time. So if he's approaching laser, you would have got that. And you probably could have instant up with that. This is like stuff in the where you. Oh my god! Do you come with this?
Okay, no. I thought I did for a second. I was like, man, what a silly game.
I think this knee was kind of. It felt like wishful
Insane.
thinking.
Yeah.
And even just going for the thing here is just, it's like, this is where you want to recognize that you're going to be late. This is like a prime position for you to just stay in center, right? And then bait out a reaction.
Right, yeah.
And then, like, you could dash wave, dash down, and then see that the Falco's shielding. You can go for delayed up air and then pressure off that. But, you know, you threw out the knee and then you were in frame disadvantage, and then he was able to react. And then catch you off of that. Things kind of spiraled. Nice tech chase. Oh, he techs in place for the first time. Oh my god. Nice. Oh my god, 0 to death.
It's so funny that the one time he techs in place, he does it twice.
That was awesome.
That was a 3 out of 4.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe you can do this versus players you're not too sure or like like to spam tech in, but something between tech in place and tech roll in or a certain tech roll. Maybe you could go for that and hedge your bets that way, which is nice. But yeah, I think a big thing is just like getting better off the kills. Yeah, but a lot of that stuff you can glean, you can practice off of the cookbook. I think if I like went over all of those flow charts and follow-ups, like other Falcons have done that more thoroughly than I can right now, or I have. And a lot of them I just copy Chef Rockman's punish stuff too, and then just try to iterate off of that. And I'm pretty sure like he gives you all the baseline stuff. If you copy his stuff, you can probably iterate so much. And that guy does so much for the scene for free or for Falcon.
He really does. He really does. I mean, the cookbook is so invaluable. If anything, it feels like so much information sometimes. Like, I'm guilty of. Like, I did not have the work ethic for this game, and I still kind of struggle with that a little bit. Where I kind of want to sit and play the game a little bit.
It's so easy to be lazy about this game.
It really is. Like, making the deliberate effort to even like just do my solo prac like an hour 30 a day has been.
An hour 30 of solo practice?
That's the only thing that I've changed in the last 6 months. I started doing that and tech chasing. And like obviously not just hour 30 solo prac, like Uncle Punch. I usually do like 5 minutes, I warm up, and then I will work on a specific niche tech or not even niche, but a specific tech that day. Like can I hack stash both sides of the stage 10 times in a row? Once I've done that, I'm gonna move on to I'm going to tech chase.
Actually, yeah,
either Fox, for 30 minutes. I only tech chase 30 minutes a day, and then I try to do like character specific punish stuff off grab, like kneeing, puff and following up off of any grab and so on.
Speaking of which, this is actually like an ideal set to have on right now. None versus Squid at this tournament.
Oh shit, this isn't live, is it?
This is live, yeah.
Oh damn. That is ideal. Squid, I love the way Squid looks when he plays.
Squid is so intense. Force
Squid is
smash
so intense. He's so smart.
will be so unfortunate if we watch None lose, but I think None is one of those Falcons that just he'll tap it in when he needs to. He's so
For
good.
sure. He's so None also does not get the credit for innovating so many good ideas. Like Crouch Cancel Gentleman is entirely None.
Yeah.
No one was doing that, it feels like. Um, he blew my mind in 2015.
Oh, easily. Oh my god, if the stream wasn't so laggy, man. Dude, the stream's cutting off, man. Why is this
What's
such a
going
replay?
on?
I want to see. I wanted to show off some of the concepts, but whatever.
Oh, here we go.
Oh my god, he messed up. Yeah, None's messing up. He grabs ledge, instant knee. Cool. How's he gonna play the invincibility? Look, he's not gonna go to. He's not gonna go to ledge.
Mm-hmm.
None does not believe in that.
It's not my inclination either. I like to play around,
Yeah,
but
personally, just I don't see how good it is. I don't see like what's so great about it.
I think it's a little. Some characters that capitalize more off cheese at the ledge
Yeah,
like it more. Like Marth Cheek really like back there, they're down through
yeah.
there.
And Fox. Okay, nice.
And Fox.
Do that. Squid is actually cooking None, kind of like locally. Like he's kind of playing really good.
Yeah, he is.
None is playing pretty stubbornly and wishful thinking. That's kind of probably why he's losing. But None is also he can also turn it around really quick. And here he is just running in. Wow. Fourth throw, grab ledge. Oh man, he messed up. No.
No, my goat.
Okay, let's grab ledge. What's he gonna do here? Oh my god.
Oh, I'd never get that regrab.
See,
What the fuck?
that's the that's an option coverage. Awesome. That's the instant up air out of shield. Oh my god, instant up air out of shield. That was a good trade there. Nair up air? No. Nice. Nair knee. Knee. No, he's messing up. And now he's dead. And he tried to move immediately out of shield and got hit by Falco.
No, it's looking like me.
Dude, this is just how we lose in the matchup. This is like just the character's weakness.
Yeah.
Holy
I don't even know how he got there with his up B that fast. That drift was a little bit freaky.
Squid. Yeah, see, this is also None just running it down, man. None is None he's trying to bait, but he is just scrapping with reckless abandon.
Immediately too, like not even taking a second.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that though.
Oh.
That was very fast.
Yeah, this also but went over time and was like we're almost at an hour 42 recording. I guess I can end the recording now. But actually, I do want to include the rest of the set just in this.
Do it.
Just because I want to include our thoughts.
It's alright. Yeah, I don't have to comment as much about this.
All right. Oh, that was so fast. Why is he naring? He should just be focusing on stopping or getting the grab. All right. Non-lock in, man. Okay, what was it? Oh, so we got Mar versus Lunar Dusk later. Cool. Oh, Zemi from BC is here. Nice.
I've seen Zemi before.
Yeah, that guy beat Graves. Oh, Lunar Dusk 3-0'd Mar. Damn. Actually, honestly, it's kind of to be expected. Oh my god, that's Swainer and Quiggles in the back. Let's go. Holy chills. Alright, come on, man.
Who's icing who here? It's None,
Are they playing right now?
Take a
Oh,
second.
no, they're not. Okay, yeah. All right, there we go.
Oh, he's already
And
nared him. He's already nared at him
oh
before the. Oh,
no, none. Come on. Oh my god, that was awesome. He's gonna up air. Oh, I thought he was gonna up B that. That was so smart.
that was very smart. I honestly thought he was gonna make it back to stage 2 for a second. Off that B.
Oh wow. None is not hitting any of his backup options, man. Look at that. He's just messing up so much tech skill. Nice. Dude, he is playing so bad, man. I
Yeah, he is.
None is playing so god awful. But Squid's playing good to capitalize on it.
Yeah.
He looks like he's about to fall asleep. Oh, Lun's starting to deliberate. Oh, dude, he's missing so much of his tech skill. Dude, he's actually just mashing.
Oh, that was a heartbreaker.
Grab
Off the
ledge.
foxtrot.
He's fighting demons up there.
Oh, yes. Oh man.
Oh, that was awesome, dude.
Oh,
That Raptor boost dash back. Oh my god, that
that was
was
very good.
nice, nice.
Okay, good. I was about to say, don't give him ledge a third time.
Oh, he up running freaking nair from the corner, man. This is
At
oh,
0. Yeah.
oh, dude, he's getting so many of these stomps.
Oh,
Nice, dude. That's what I'm talking about.
oh,
That's the catch the option after the tech, but he doesn't get anything off of it, man. That's so unfortunate, dude. Oh my god, none would have almost always gotten that dash back out of there. Damn, he's playing rough. But you know what? Dude, yes! Double
oh,
B! Oh my
yes,
god!
none.
All it takes. That's Falcon.
That's Edgar.
Well, we need the momentum now, please, Mr. Shelby. Oh, no wants to take because he doesn't do that.
That's something about. I love watching Melee with for my character, and I get to root for them no matter what.
Oh my god, dude, he's just
Oh,
reading him every time. Yo! He's not gonna do that.
he's reading the fuck out of him. His edge guards are. Oh,
Oh, dude, the up throw. Oh, I missed the tech chase. But this is
but
so
that
cool.
was. Yeah,
Oh,
that was
he's
cool.
jab grabbing him now. Oh no, dude, wait. None is about to reverse 3. Oh, I can feel it. Oh, he's playing around him so much.
Oh, and
Oh.
he's waiting. Yeah, no, you're. He's deliberating. This is a complete difference.
And now now
Okay.
that Squid's like seeing, oh shoot, Nunn's reading me because he's waiting for me to spam an option. Then Nunn, that's when he throws out the mix up. He's playing the mix ups well now.
He did try to nair again.
Oh, yes! Oh my god, dude.
Oh
Look
shit.
at this freaking
Oh,
read.
missed execute. It doesn't even matter. He did the Ganon.
Oh my god, dude. Oh, that was smart. That was smart. Hold up. Is
That
Squid gonna
was.
get it? He's not gonna run in like an
Don't do
idiot.
this, please.
Oh, he jabbed. He jabbed. He's trying. He's making sure that he's not gonna throw out things haphazardly. Oh no.
Oh,
Yo, he's
okay, good there. Yes, he's in his head. He's teched in 50 like every single tech roll in the last 2 stocks. He was arrowing. That's crazy.
Yep, he's got the reads, man. He's got the
He
reads.
does.
None is the best at those educated guesses. Like, I don't even question how he knows it. He just does. He's just so good at gathering information. Oh, this is the hard part. Good DI.
Yeah, beating him on FD
Oh, None is
potentially
just
3
spamming the stomps
times.
again, too.
Yeah, he's doing a lot of double jump in neutral.
Watch him. He's going to get a stomp. Oh, dude, he could have only almost got the stock.
He almost did.
None is actually just running into everything. Oh, wow. He read that roll, too.
So
Dude, Squid is just S-mashing everything, man.
he
None is jumping into
is.
everything.
Yeah,
But also None's god of reverse comebacks versus Falco, so.
he is.
Oh, he texts in every
He's
time.
yeah, he
But
does. He really does. It's crazy.
but look, None is missing every single freaking thing. Oh my
Yeah.
god, dude. Squid is playing like a
Yes,
freaking
thank you.
idiot too. Dude, Squid's
Yeah,
defense
they're getting okay.
Squid is playing smart, but he's defending like an idiot. None is
Yeah,
like None is both playing
approaching
like an
getting a
idiot
little bit. Yeah.
and just not hitting. Oh, wow, he is not happy about that. He has double jumped and stomped every single time. Oh, nice. Nice deliberation from his end. Look at that spacing. Forward throw, grab. Nice deliberation. Up air, up air. No, he messed up the tech skill. Look at that weight. I like that weight. I like that weight. Dude,
Ooh.
every
Oh,
single
every
time.
time!
Dude,
Holy
he's
shit. Yeah, I agree with the statement earlier. Squid's playing smart, but defensively he's playing like an idiot a little bit.
like, if he's
I
gonna
think this is
lose
just
a
melee
set,
though. This is raw human shit.
yeah, this is just pure mystic. Oh! Oh, swear to God, do not.
Okay, this is it. Oh, why back air there? That is the nun though.
He knew it. He knew it. Oh,
Oh, he
how did
did.
he know
Oh, you're
that?
so good.
How did he know
How did
that?
he do that? I feel like what was that? I almost feel like that was a reaction off that.
I don't know, man. It's how he gets. Oh, he. Why did he see? He's not thinking. Oh, that air
No.
dodge was genius.
Yeah,
Oh,
that was
yep,
such a
yep, yeah. Now he's just
yeah.
mashing, and then that's
I
it.
think it's ogre.
GG's. It's
Yeah.
ogre. GG's. Well
Yeah.
played.
Mm,
No,
yeah.
but
My goat.
we're
It's
seeing.
not over. He's in losers.
Yeah, yeah. Oh my God, Squid versus the Lunar Dust. All right.